So we just got back from the greenhouse yesterday. We went to a local greenhouse. I love that place because everything's so organized and well maintained. And you know, we tried to get seeds planted this year in our green bus that we've done a couple of videos on, but I just didn't get my poop in a group this year, which is fine. You know, like there's greenhouses for a reason. And my goal this year is to just plant. Like I just want to throw things in the ground and see what happens. And because that's how you learn, right? You learn from experience and you learn from failures, and then you're gonna have some successes along the way. And I'm just honestly a pretty terrible gardener. I want the fruit, but I don't want to do a lot of work in weeding. And that's why I've kind of went this permaculture way, like Justin Rhodes, like the video that, you know, if you want to check out the video right above, we did this video on how we try to get our chickens to do a lot of our work in our garden for us. The fertilizing, the tilling, and they did actually quite an amazing job. So today it's all about planting. So I kind of have this idea that I want to mix some perennial flowers in with herbs. So bear with me here. So I got some little hens and chicks. How cute are these little things? I mean, they just kind of like turn out to be weeds because they just start reproducing like crazy, but they're so adorable, kind of like a succulent looking. Then aren't these cute? These are called lemon coral. And I just want to check these little guys out. They're so adorable. So those are kind of just some little plants that I want to show in. Those might be an annual actually, but I just thought they were so cute to add in. We got some balmy rose. So we got a lot of fun. Yes, we got a fun tomato plant, another balmy rose. Look at this basil. I mean, if I tried to do this with seeds, it wouldn't turn out. You want to test it and see what it tastes like? You like basil, don't you? Me too. Gonna make some pesto this summer. How is it? Pretty tasty. We got this little tomato plant that's gonna be just kind of our porch cherry tomato. It's already got some little tomatoes growing on there already. That is a variety of small fruited tomato cherry punch. So we're gonna try that out. And then also I'm really excited because we love stevia to flavor our coffee, so as a sweetener. So I got some stevia plant, and then we got this really cool one that actually looks more like a floral, but it's called a little ragu sweet bay. So actually, as I understand it, it's like bay leaves. We did do some cauliflower. Nope, we don't want to eat that. I love eating cauliflower, and I've never been able to grow some, so this is just a year of trial, you know? Got another tomato plant that's already going and growing. Got to get some more herbs. We love cilantro. Yummy. Yeah, you can eat some cilantro. Really excited about this one. This tall is actually going to go kind of more in my herb and flower garden area because I love the tall grasses, but that's lemongrass. Lemongrass. I went to Thailand a couple years ago, and their lemon, oh, they had such good lemongrass soup. And then we got celery. I didn't even know you could grow celery in this area, so I'm really excited. I've heard you're supposed to kind of keep them bunched up, so maybe put some kind of bracket around there that keeps them growing in those stalks like you get the store. So today I'm just kind of layering things out and gonna just figure out where I want everything. Oh, and also chamomile. Check this out. Chamomile. We love teas, so I want to grow my own chamomile, and what I've heard about chamomile is it just kind of turns into a weed too. So I'm hoping it'll just spread and come up every year. I don't know if it's a perennial or not, but we're gonna give it a shot. So let's get planting.
Let's get planting.
What is that?
Basil.
So something I do is I like to just place everything out where I want to plant it in the containers and just kind of see height-wise of each of them. Some of them are perennials, some of them are annuals, and just try to map it out a little bit before I start breaking ground. Okay, cover them up. Cover up the hens and chicks. Be really careful. I'll cover them up. Yep, put dirt all the way around him. Put the dirt behind him too. Yep, pat it in there nice.
Oh.
There we go.
And chicks.
Hens and chicks. All right, give them some water. Good job. Give them a little bit so they can establish their roots. Last year we did some test runs. Last year in part of the garden, we did a heavy mulch wood chip system, and half of it we didn't do anything other than normal. And it was crazy how much less weeds we had with the wood chips. And so with this little raised flower bed that I've been building, I wanted to do that same thing because I hardly had to do any weeding last year in that area that we did the wood chips. Plus, it's amazing when you can even look here, when you just pull back the wood chips and the grass and all of that, look at this black soil that happens, and it's not even, you're not even having to dig very far. So the amount of moisture that it keeps in your garden is crazy. So we finished up our little herb garden area. So this has a lot of perennials. It has my hostas here. We had some basil, we had some stevia plant, we had some chamomile for our teas. And I just wanted this to be kind of more decorative right around this huge rock. So I want this to just be like a really nice, pretty, serene herb area, but also perennial grasses and perennial flowers that come back every year. Offshoot of where our herb and kind of perennial little flowers are going to be is like our tomatoes, our peppers, our cabbages, our cauliflower, things like that. And so that's what we're doing, is we're prepping that area right now. And with that heavy mulch system, we are going to have 10 times less weeds than we did last year even. So I'm really excited to be able to have that as a trial run last year. That's another thing that I think is just amazing. When you just plant, you learn so much about how plants grow and how weeds grow and how sun hits things, and how if you have more heavy mulch, what it does to keep the moisture in and from things just your topsoil just blowing away. Here in South Dakota, we have hot summers, and we also have a lot of wind. So this wood chip method, and also we're going to go into our corrals and just pull all that old hay and kind of just the remains of all of the animal manure, and we're just gonna top this whole entire garden full of that. Another thing we learned last year is that Mother Nature wants to cover herself. She's modest. And so if you look at trees in the nature, like all of the leaves fall in the fall, right? And then that's kind of the covering for winter, to be able to hold down that moisture, to be able to just protect the roots and all of the ground. And so we kind of did that same method here with our garden. We just decided, or last year, what I really learned is that we need to cover our garden more. She's modest, and we want to take care of her and keep her very modest and elegant, like a little queen, you know. And so this year, at the end of our fall growing season, when winter starts to come around, we are just gonna heavy mulch it with tons of grass clippings and wood chips and hay and manure, and just layer it like I'm talking like a foot deep, so that when that moisture hits in there, it can just lock in. And it's also going to just protect all of that good soils that we have, and then it's going to hopefully keep life growing in there. You can see we just have worms coming out of this ground everywhere. It's so amazing this year. So it's kind of neat to see the progress from year to year. And so that's another thing, just plant. And that's what sometimes we can let fear just grip us. And this year, it's crazy. I decided to grab celery from the greenhouse the other day when we were picking up our plants. And that is like totally outside of my box. But I was like, hey, if somebody can grow celery in this area, I'm gonna try it.